Welcome, Disc Golf World, to the 2021 CCR Open. We are outside Lansing, Michigan, a little town called Holt, and I am joined by my good buddy, Nathan Queen. How we doing, Nathan?
Doing good. Happy to be back on the East Coast. First time in the Eastern time zone in a while.
It has been a while. Yeah, I called my mom the other day and didn't realize that we were there, so I called her at 6 a.m. Here we are watching you on the card, as well as Tim Barham, Corey Ellis, and Garrett Gurthie. You got some Michigan guys, and a wood shredder in yourself.
Yeah, and going into hole one, 354 feet. Really got to move it to the left. Ideally, you're going to want to play a high shot if the wind's not going too much, so you can get your disc to move left far enough. There is a low skip shot to play as well if the winds are up.
Yeah, this one's tricky for a lefty.
Now, our feature card for the
I'm going to see you go interesting with it.
First on the box, your defending champion from 2019, Garrett Gurthie.
Yeah, first we'll have Garrett, though, with the... You see him looking up already.
He's about to throw a huge hyzer. This thing probably going to eclipse 50 feet in the air.
Catches a little bit of stuff on the right side. Circle two.
Just didn't get it to push left enough. Kind of stayed straight for him. That could have been the wind.
Representing Team Discrafts, Tim Barham.
Tim Barham, just like an all-around great player, got the forehand and the backhand. And he's just sneaky good. Mix that with a good putting game.
Yeah, Tim, I kind of know him for the putting green a little bit. I've seen him make a lot of circle twos and just some great circle one putts while I've played with him out on tour.
There we go. Like we said, trickier route for yourself. What are you going with here?
I've got a really beat-in Star Wraith. It came out pretty flippy in the first place, and now I've beat it in pretty well. Going up, trying to get it as high as Garrett did.
Wow, dude. Got that thing to pin, past pin high.
Yeah, I turned it over pretty well. I actually didn't expect it to float out. I was a little surprised I was long, but really happy with that.
Yeah, just to give yourself anywhere around a circle's edge bid, it's perfect. Corey, this dude is tall, throws far.
Yeah, he doesn't really have to try. It doesn't look like he's trying hard, but he throws super far.
Yeah, that was a force from him.
Ended up over there on the right, close to Garrett. Pretty tough bid from here. This basket's on a little mound. It's easy to get away quick.
Yeah, it is kind of an interesting one on that first hole. It's like, don't really want to run this thing, but last thing you want is 25 feet for par.
Yep, as you see, Garrett doesn't want any part of it. Just going to go and take his par.
Yeah, on a rainy day like this, stress-free pars aren't going to be a bad thing, especially on a hole that's playing really difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know, is it your body not letting you run it or what?
Yeah, no, my body just didn't. My mind was telling my body to.
Oh.
But only Tim had what it needed to get the birdie here.
Yep. Just like you were talking about, Tim, really proficient on the putting green, not afraid to run putts. That's a great one to start your round with.
Yeah, him and Chandler Fry, the only other birdie in the MPO field today.
Crazy. He goes low route and gets it. Might have to take a page out of his book for our final round. This is the Renegade Trail course that we're playing for the first and third rounds. We'll switch over to,
River's Edge.
River's Edge for the second round. Shorter course, more wooded. That'll probably be a birdie fest tomorrow, but we'll have that coverage for you then as we head to hole 2, Nathan.
Yeah, hole 2, 600 feet. That first structure you see there just kind of guides you to the fairway that you already have to hit anyway. Just kind of a cool aesthetic. Once you get out and past that first gap, you want to move off to the right and then maybe have about 200 feet into this. I mean, it's not really a small gap, but it definitely makes you shape your shot.
Yeah. Yeah, the rough is pretty rough. Players just trying to get through this gap initially and then get as right as they can. That's tons of distance for Tim off the tee there.
Yeah, it panned out on him just a bit. He's probably wanting that to keep moving right.
Yeah, that was a thrasher out of him. It's like G's going destroyer.
I think this might be one of his wraiths.
Okay.
But
he's playing off to the left side there. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's come out a bit too much. He ends up OB over on the left side.
Yeah, didn't have the OB in years past. That's something that's kind of new to this event.
Different star rate that I have here.
A little more stable.
Yeah, a little more stable. It's still seasoned, but as long as I put it on a hyzer, it's going to finish that way. Kind of a stock hyzer shot for me really here.
First look at Corey's forehand. That's a big Z Zeus. That was really high.
Yeah, he got it a bit nose up and kind of clipped some of those branches. He did make it out of the wood line.
Okay. That's basically all you need to do to give yourself an opportunity. Just makes it harder from back here. That's a Buzz SS from him looking to hook up.
Yeah, and he put that on a lot of hyzer, and it still stood up probably 3/4 of the way through the flight and just didn't quite have the finish on it. He'll have a tricky look from the woods in there.
Yeah, not too far from circle one. Wow. Garrett going huge forehand spike hyzer. We haven't mentioned it yet, but there are mosquitoes on this course, you guys. It's rained here in Michigan for like 2 straight weeks.
Tons and tons of mosquitoes.
Great shot from you. What was that?
That's a Star Colt.
All right. We're not going to see a ton of forehands, but it's for that reason right there. You've got the flip up to turn over backhand dialed. So we see Tim going around the outside.
Yeah, and he pushed long. He'll be in a little bit of trouble like G is, just on the long side rather than short.
Yeah, I also did the same in my round. Really hard to get around those trees and then short enough to turn the corner.
Yeah, good pitch out there. Couldn't see much. You see him swatting those mosquitoes away. Pretty clean look there from the wood line.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Smooth bid from Corey.
Just a bit high. He jumped out, said some mosquitoes got him.
How right as he was about to. Yeah, that'll be something that these players will deal with the entire day, probably the entire event. It's just this insane amount of mosquitoes. And there'll be some Michigan guys, I think, that are used to it. But most of us, this is a new experience. And that's a great birdie for you.
Yeah, there's definitely mosquitoes in North Carolina, but you usually don't have this amount of them all at the same time.
Yeah, as we see you, like, literally just put on a mosquito hood.
Yeah, first time ever. I haven't done that until this tournament.
You see G's got one on right now. He's putting with a mosquito hood on. Not the way he wanted to start out, but plenty more holes to go. Including this one here was a par 5 last time the CCR was played. Now it's a par 4. What are players trying to do, Nathan?
Yeah, you really just want to get off the tee as far as you can to about this area, ideally. Even though it's changed to a par 4 this year, they also have added OB to make this green and upshot much tougher. If you can get out as far as you can, the righty backhand mid-range will probably be the softest play into the green. But a lot of the time you're going to see driver here and then hope you don't skip into the OB.
Yeah. Yeah, literally it got us over a stroke harder by making it a par 4 and adding all that OB by the green. So is that the same wraith that you threw the hole before?
Yeah, that was the same right there. I thought it was going to be good and just pushed a little straight on me and caught that branch. That kind of takes me out of birdie range. And a great shot from Tim here, getting the full flight on it.
Yeah, that was a thrasher out of Tim. Nice slower tempo with this rain round. Just that's something that I think you see all the professionals, the top level guys do, is just slow down a little bit more, possibly take a little less stable of a disc and throw it softer. That was a rip from Corey.
Yeah, Corey's showing his distance there, using a little short step. Didn't do much run up and just crushes it out. That was probably close to 500 feet.
Yeah, I'd think so. It was a Proto Zeus out of Corey. That's a bomb from Double G. Even gets a little skip in this.
Yeah, low controlled shot. And I'm probably 460 or so away here, kind of about the edge of mine. That was supposed to come out way further right. I was calling for it to hit that tree, so just in case it got long enough to go OB. So good tree.
Yeah. Playing left, the smart play there. Give yourself a putt from something like 40 feet if that was possible. Tim wants no part of this green. Don't blame him.
Yeah, from that far back, it's pretty hard to land something in there controlled where you're not worried about going into the OB on the right. You can see how tight it is over there.
Yep. This hole played nearly a half stroke over par, so. Oh, man, that thing just pushed straight for.
Yeah,
Garrett.
I think that was a T-bird out of Garrett. And just kind of pushed straight. If not, it was a rock 3.
Oh, my gosh. Water exploding off of that branch as Corey's disc finds it. Had a lot of pace, though. That was just a standstill forehand. And that was a play for the green.
It could have been. I don't know if that branch helped him or not. It seemed like it had a lot of speed and turn. I don't know if it was going to come back without that branch.
What was that out of you?
AVR X3.
Gotcha.
I meant to give it a bit of a run since this is kind of in a bowl. Oh, and Tim giving it a pretty good bid from back there.
He was feeling it. Garrett with the bug net.
Yeah, I couldn't do it with the net on. I could do a couple tap ins, but I kept having to take it off for my putts.
And the Michigan native, Corey, not really fazed by the mosquitoes. How's the rain at this point in y'all's round?
It's been kind of a steady drizzle. It definitely hasn't stopped. If you don't have an umbrella on, you would be fairly wet just over time. But I wouldn't really call it a rain.
Yeah.
It's just kind of wet out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real humid. Something that players will be dealing with the rest of the round. As these guys clean up.
You see Tim, as soon as he lets go of a putt, killing a mosquito on his face.
Yeah, the face is the worst place, man. You just feel it stick onto your eyebrow right before you're about to throw a putt.
You got that good blood, though.
It tests your concentration for sure. Garrett talking about that good blood Tim's got.
Yeah, we were all smacking them all over the place, but it seemed like they were all over Tim and Garrett's hat. Going into hole 4, 364 feet, you've got a low line up the gut where you kind of want to push straight and then have it finish off to the right, better for a righty forehand or a lefty backhand. There's also a big hyzer over the top for a lefty backhand.
That looks nice.
Yeah, it looked great out of the hand.
Moving.
Right about there, it caught some headwind that pushed it backwards.
All right, so that might be in a tricky spot.
Yeah, pretty tricky. I got over in the woods on the right side a little bit short as well.
Tim just a bit tight. Pushes through. Not going to get up into a good putting range, but he's about 80 feet out maybe.
Yeah, 80 or 70. Has a long look at it, but you do want to be closer.
Does Corey have the big hyzer forehand? Oh.
Big laser forehand.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that was an option. Corey. That was a raptor out of him.
Yeah, so smooth.
Garrett with that quick lay down roller. This looks good.
Yeah, it curled up nice. Came just inside the wood line, but he's got a good straddle putt out of there.
Love the creativity he shows on a shot like this, because he could throw a rock 3. You know, he's got options that he could go with. And plays the roller. That was a forehand from Nathan. That's a unicorn right there, man. We don't see that thing much.
Tried to sneak it in real quick, even through green, to see if nobody would notice.
It's like, wait a second.
Yeah, Tim not quite able to give that the bid he wanted.
Garrett slightly obstructed right about circle's edge.
Still got the mask on. Or the mosquito net. I guess it's not a mask.
Whatever that thing is. It's like a laundry bag, essentially. Like, could be for fishing. You could, like, put your bait or your caught fish in there or something and just dangle it in the water. It's got a lot of uses, including keeping mosquitoes off your face right now.
So, yeah, just one birdie from Corey there. Just a park job. Showing me a new line for the next time I play this course. Here we are, hole 5, 404 feet. The big lefty hyzer that you had on the last hole is kind of what you have here for the righty, big righty hyzer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Kind of the play here. There's not that you could go low, but there's not much of a reason to. There is some OB off on the right side and a little bit long, but as long as you're moving left, it shouldn't come into play too much.
This looks nice.
Smash.
Yeah, that was getting past pin high. This thing plays all of the 400. Got to take it high over the trees. Interested to see what you do here.
Trying to mimic just with the opposite hand. That's a star sidewinder.
Okay, that's awesome. Inside the circle, past the tree, so unobstructed look for you.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped with that. I didn't realize from the tee that I was that close. I thought I'd left it about 40, so when I got up there, I was super stoked.
Yeah. Beat those trees. Tim's throwing good shots, just getting a little unlucky with the trees. Probably needed to take that one a bit higher, too, on that committed line that he just threw.
Yeah, I think a bit higher, he probably would have crossed in front of that last tree. Garrett going a little more than a bit higher and spiking it on in there. He landed not too far away from where I was at. He'll be about 22, 23 feet.
Tim, he's got another like 50, 60 footer. Just hadn't left himself makeable putts as of yet.
And hitting just a bit left side.
There we go, Garrett. Working his way back towards par.
Nice tube.
And if you're inside of that, yeah, right about the same distance. There you go.
Yeah, just a bit high there, but it's in.
She plays. Tim cleaning up. These are the putts you really got to concentrate on in this rain. if your tempo's not right, if you're not extending it correctly, you can just accidentally hold on to that putter and shoot one out the right side or something. So good concentration in these rainy conditions, something all these players need and want as we head into the first par 5 of the round.
Yeah, and also one of the more difficult holes on the course, I believe, as the second hardest hole playing to par. Just over 1,000 feet, and you've got to make this gap off of the tee and then move off to the left so that you have the most open look down the rest of the fairway. There are a lot of trees in the way and an OB bunker. Pretty tough to get an eagle look here, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Really, you just want to try to have about 200 to 250 feet in for your approach shot for a birdie.
Oh, no.
That's your understable one.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
Oh, my goodness.
As you say, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that one came out late. I was supposed to start right side of the gap.
Yeah, in years past, we've seen Garrett going big Anheuser here, but they've added some OB on that left side. He wants no part of it, but that drive is huge.
Yeah, he is in prime position. He's moved far enough left to where he's really got a clean look down the fairway from there.
Wow. In just 2 steps, that man generates some power. Oh,
So
yeah.
quick. Yeah, and he's a little more pinched off. He's on the right side. I think he went maybe a little further than Garrett, but he's on the right side, so he'll have to try to hit a gap over that OB little bunker that I was talking about.
Yeah. Pretty big bunker. It's a great shot from Tim. Same nuke that he threw on the hole prior.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
So this is the first time I've got to use the throw OB and take it as far back as you want. I don't know how this kept going. I hit that branch a lot, but it kept moving forward.
It did. It stayed on the Anheuser, too. Left you on that left side. You should have a play from there. Not to the green, maybe necessarily, but to get yourself up and down. Ooh, is this a roller play? Just Big Annie.
Just Big Annie trying to make it around that OB spot, and then he just makes it around. He'll be in a good spot trying to get a birdie from there.
Nice. See how big Garrett goes here. Man,
Boom.
That's nice. Oh my gosh, dude. I can confidently say that's as far as anybody got, too.
Yeah, that was great. And it could have even been better.
Yeah. If it had flattened a little bit more, maybe had some
Yeah.
more height.
Corey going stand-up forehand through that gap. And he gets up there pretty good. He's still kind of playing that right side, but it looks like he's moved a little further left and he'll have a gap.
You looked like you were about to pull the trigger until a bug came into view.
I think it landed in my ear that time.
Golly. It's the definition of distracting.
Yeah. And
Mosquito in the ear.
if I had thrown that well, I had a chance to make it into circle 2, I think, and maybe get a par, but
Okay.
didn't capitalize. I'll be trying to pitch up for a bogey from there.
Tim, ripping on something stable. That's flexing out.
Yeah, and he got a hold of that.
Oh, man, he did, too. Corey stands still. This needs to flex out a bit. Doesn't really. That's about 65 feet.
So here I am throwing 5 before Garrett is throwing 3. But I get up there pretty well. And
Yeah.
after that tee shot, 6 is probably about the best you're going to do. So I've got a chance at that.
Yeah. Look at Garrett. Going with the little forehand. Avier X3, it looks like. Puts himself inside the circle.
birdie look from Corey just off to the left.
Kind of a weird basket placement right there in that low. Makes it easy to...
I really thought Tim made that. I saw that coming out of the woods. I thought it was going in.
Did he have a look?
I didn't see straight forward from it, but
It definitely went chain high by the basket.
and Garrett not going to be happy about that. Pretty close. Maybe had a chance to throw it in for eagle and doesn't capitalize for the birdie. Yeah, Corey as well after that great drive. This is a tough hole though, you know. Once you do get around the corner, you still got a long fairway to navigate to get up there.
Totally. A lot of little trees for your discs to land by. Just make it a hard hole for you.
And Garrett checking out his wrist. One of the lone spots some mosquitoes can get him.
Yeah, they were taking advantage of every little spot you gave them. Headed into another long hole that was previously a par 5, now changed to a par 4. You can see it there playing as the hardest hole in the course. Tough one.
Yeah, 830 feet. Once you do get, there's kind of a gap to hit, or it seems like the fairway is a gap. And then you kind of want to move right. You do have a chance to drift out left, OB. But then if you turn it over too much, there is OB right as well. Really tough par 4 that they're calling it this year. And Garrett getting that way out turned over.
Whoa. No way, man.
So far down the fairway.
Oh my gosh. Way more room over there on the right than you can tell off of the tee. Players definitely got to get that disc moving that way. If they don't, that brings in the left OB as we see Corey go and leaving himself in kind of a tricky position. Really, that tree is just perfectly in the way. He might have a spike hyzer from there, but it'll be hard to play a direct shot at the green from there.
Yeah, and we didn't realize that he had done that from the tee. We all thought it was a pretty good shot. And Tim, you saw the disc come out there at the end. It did not quite make it back in bounds. He'll be having to throw from right there in front of the tee, not real far.
No. There you go. Drifted just left enough to miss that tree.
Yeah, that's that same wraith I've been throwing.
Great
Not the flippy one, but
right, not the orange one.
yeah.
All right, so Tim behind the 8 ball now. No. Oh my gosh, that's worst case scenario. Put it on a great angle. Kicks him out of bounds again. So he's 1 out, 2, 3 out, 4, throwing 5 now. So that's his bogey throw there.
Yeah, and he's still not even approaching the green yet.
No.
He's in a good spot there. As far as from where he was from, he's still got a tricky shot because it is a very guarded green.
Yeah, work's not done for Tim.
Picked up the same wraith and threw it again, but it wasn't that good.
Just a little burned over. Easy to do in these wet conditions. You know, that was a wet disc you picked up, dried off in the rain, stood there. And
Yeah, it gets so sticky. Like, it's not really when it's raining, it's not necessarily disc slipping out of your hand. It's once you get it so dried off that you really can't let go of it.
yeah,
And a rock 3 from Garrett doesn't quite get in the gap, but playing for a 4 on this hole is really all you want to do.
yeah. Corey from a tricky position. That was one of the times that it might have benefited him to take what you did and move back away from that tree a little bit. But
Yeah, we actually did look at it, and he could have moved back a little bit, but he decided not to.
okay. What is this from you?
Star Mako 3.
Nasty shot, dude.
Thanks, man.
Checks up
Good one.
nicely, man. That's so good.
Tim getting a little bit of tree love there after struggling down the fairway.
Yeah, not bad from him. So he'll have that putt for a 7.
And Corey able to pitch out and around. He'll be, after going OB on the drive, that'll be for his 5.
And Garrett's got this tricky little, it's like a sonic bid from him.
Yeah, that was a great gap. I think that was actually his AVR X3 again.
Okay.
He's got a lot of spin. He likes to just kind of spin it and flatten it out. Yeah, like you were saying on the last hole, I think that's one of those putts that just kind of, it can get away from you.
Yeah. And just like that, Tim's like, I'll take 2 pars, man. Not what he wants. There you go. That's about as good as anybody did on the day. No birdies carded on this 7th hole today. It was playing that hard with the rain, just taking that distance off. And
Yeah, that's a happy par for me.
yeah, for sure it is. Same for Garrett as we head into hole 8, a short little guy just around the corner. OB on the left side if you kick any early trees. Nathan, this one's a short one, but it plays pretty tough.
Yeah, you see they're averaging over par for, 230 feet. It's a tight little gap, and once you hit this first gap, there's a line of trees that Garrett just snuck through right there.
Oh my gosh.
And just parks it.
Yeah, that's a good one from Garrett. He'll have a tap in to get himself back to even.
Yeah, I'm going back to the Star Colt that you saw on hole 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's about all I'm looking for. I don't know if I can move a whole lot further left than that.
Yeah, it's not really needed either. If you can do that right there, you'll give yourself a 20-footer every time.
Fairway.
Is that him laughing?
Yeah, that's Corey laughing.
Just giggling.
Make permission to laugh at me anytime you want.
These guys taking it lightly. There's going to be some odd conditions for sure. This looks good from Tim.
Yeah, and that line of trees that you saw Garrett sneak through, it got Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit poke and hope over there. You can hit the initial gap, but guaranteeing yourself in the circle is not. Ooh. We've been waiting for Corey to hit one of those. He's been bidding from distance all around already.
Yeah, that was close. I thought it was going to go in from where I was at.
All right, Tim again at 55.
There it is.
Nasty putt from Tim.
Yeah, what a bounce back, too. Struggled so much on the last hole, then didn't quite capitalize on a good break on the green.
Full extension.
Next hole, jams a 55, 60-footer for birdie.
Ooh. They were like, those chains were like, is that a Discraft disc? All right, meow, 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 meow.
Grabbed him up real good.
All right, see if you can match. Not to be big putted.
Wah, wah.
One of the best birdie looks you've had thus far in the round. One you wanted to take advantage of for sure.
Yeah, that one hurt my feelings a little bit. It kind of felt like a good putt, but I guess I just didn't quite pop it right. I didn't have the right spin on it to carry it all the way there.
There we go, Garrett. After a little bit of a rough start, he's put some time in, clocked in, got himself back to even par. As we head into the last hole of the front nine, Ethan, what do we got?
Yeah, he's got another chance to get him a birdie here. 492 feet, par 4. But it's really about the landing zone on here. You didn't see it well enough how far left you really have to get off of this tee without going into the wood line as well. You just got to make sure you don't go too far and get left.
Yeah, we had a left to right wind on this tee box. So it was kind of making it hard to get as left as you'd like. That looked huge from Garrett. really pushing up the fairway, getting some distance into a pretty good spot.
Yeah, he's got far enough left where he'll still have a little bit of a turnover, but it's a pretty straight angle from there. Tim keeping it lower, getting a nice flare.
Ooh, yeah.
Great spot right there.
Yeah, that was a nuke from Tim, getting that skip. And this is that Sidewinder?
Yeah, same Sidewinder.
A lot of height. Anheuser out of the hand. It'll play.
Yeah, not bad. I would have liked it to flatten out and float a little bit more, but not a terrible spot.
Oh, yeah, dude. Low from Corey and getting all of that ground play. Interesting. Okay. So you got a pinched angle. There's going to be a lot of hyzer out of your hand here. You're trying to cut it just in front of those trees right there and let it skip. Yeah, that's in your range for sure. But what is that, about 40, 45?
Yeah, I think 45 to 50, somewhere in there.
Okay. Oh, and that was a grip lock out of Corey. Needed that disc 10 feet left of that line.
Yeah, he's a great putter thrower. I was pretty surprised that he gripped that.
Garrett also got that tricky line. Plays it well. A little bit tree-eyed, but he'll have a 22-footer for his birdie look. And Tim, this is a great position from him. He pushed this thing so far up there. Sure. Yeah, fine. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah.
Just get up there.
Has a 18-footer for the birdie.
Nice long bid from Corey. Get it, man. Yes, that's what you want, especially after that short miss on the hole before. I mean, this is at least double the length of the one that you missed last hole.
Yeah, absolutely. This one felt great. I wasn't quite sure I made it out of the hand, but it looks like it wobbled just enough to fade.
Yeah.
To fade right in.
That was perfect, man. Great putt from you. Giving the chains a little shake. Nice one to end the front nine on. See if Garrett can follow suit. Oh, yeah. Nice direct putt from Garrett. Lots of times we see him going high right and then bringing it down. That one was much more direct. Like he wanted it.
Yeah, and you saw him pull his mask back down after that one, so he did start taking it off whenever he was putting.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe just a little bit distracting as well. You got to decide what's more distracting, the net or the mosquitoes. There we have it. Front nine. Everybody's got a little bit of red and green on the card.
Yeah, I was going to say kind of a bit of a slow, rough start from a bit of us, the weather, rain, and mosquitoes getting to us, but we're all fighting in there.
Yeah. Quick look in. Chandler Fry and Joel Freeman playing together and starting off on a pretty good pace, already matching Andrew Martin's lead in the clubhouse. Andrew Marweed playing some good golf. Reed Frescura, Tristan Tanner also on that leaderboard. Bunch of guys, vying for that top spot.
Yeah, got this back nine left. The weather might break a little bit, have a little bit more scoring opportunities. Looking forward to seeing the action.
Yeah, from Nathan Queen, my name is Luke Humphries. Thank you for joining us. This has been the 2021 first round front nine of the CCR Open, brought to you guys by Discrafts. We will see you on the back nine.